Hi everyone, hope you're all doing good. Right, okay, so this is the third round draw for the 22nd edition of the Tapology Lucky Bastard Game. Uh, we are already down to just five people in this one. The wheel has been absolutely ruthless so far in this game. So just going to quickly run over who those five people are. They are Bellatrix, Damien Handel 420, Foghorn Sam, Cushy Cake, and down the bottom here we've got the MMA Historian. So that's our five contestants that are still in it after two brutal rounds by the wheel so far. And for this round we have UFC Fight Night, Marcin Tybura versus Sergey Spivak 2. These two have, of course, met 4 years earlier. On that occasion, Sergey Spivak won by decision, but they both had well, at least 6 or 7 fights in between that time each. So it's not going to be an exact rematch, so to speak. It's not going to be an immediate rematch. And for me, when there's enough time between rematches, I always think it's which one's improved the best since then. And for me, that's Marcin Tybura. Uh, in my opinion, he's faced some of the higher level heavyweights of recent times, notably his last win against Tai Tuivasa by rear naked choke. But okay, I mean, sure, Tai Tuivasa is not exactly in title contention, but he's ranked and he's one of the bigger names in the division. So and he can certainly hold his own with some of the best as well. So overall, I think in that sense, Tibura's just got the slight edge over Spivak, but it is very close. And I've got him for a third round submission officially, simply because his grappling game is, in my opinion, superior to that of Sergey Spivak, who for heavyweight's not bad at all. So we'll probably see more groundwork in this, more grappling in this fight than you normally do at heavyweight. But that'd be an interesting spectacle. But of course, you're not here to listen to me ramble about how I think a 50-50 heavyweight fight's going to occur. You're here to see who you're getting drawn with. And it's a smaller pool than usual because not least obviously there's only five people in it, but there's only 10 fights on this card, so only 20 fighters. There's normally about at least 12 fights per card. So it'll be interesting to see if, despite having only a few contestants in it, if there's any double ups. 5 contestants, 20 fighters. Let's go. Bellatrix, first up to take on the wheel. And Bellatrix gets Nikolay Varentenikov. Nikolay Varentenikov there for Bellatrix. How are we spelling that one? Nikolay Varentenikov. I think that's the right spelling. Maybe not the right pronunciation, but I know who I mean. And he's up against Danny Barlow, who I've got to win by decision. I do favour, yeah, Danny Barlow for this. I've got him to win by just, yeah, like I said, just want to win by decision. Barlow is still 8-0. Was on the contender series and recently KO'd Josh Quinlan. As for Nikolay Rentikov, he's not bad. He's he was on the contender series, lost by a decision, but that was still a decent effort. Has had a few fights since then. Is now making his UFC debut, but this is, in my opinion, a very tough debut to get. It's when you making a debut and you're getting drawn against contender series alumni, undefeated contender series alumni at that. It's that's not an easy fight, and unfortunately for Bellatrix, that's not necessarily a great pick. So bit of luck required in that one. Damien Handel, 420, next to take on the wheel. And he gets Jonata Denise. Jonata Denise there for Damien Handel, 420. And yeah, see, another undefeated contender series. Seems to be quite a few contender series fighters on this card. I noticed going through it, but Janita Dinaz, 7-0. He's victorious on his UFC debut as well. So he's made a good start, and he's going to be up against Carl Williams, and he's a little bit more UFC experience, but he's won three UFC fights, all by decision, funny enough. And but overall, he's not actually got a lot more experience on Denise, because he's 10-1 to Denise's 7-0. So it's only 4 fights more experience. I've gone with Carl Williams by decision, simply because he's been able to navigate the UFC quite well so far, whereas Denise still a little bit unproven. But that is a much closer fight. So there's certainly worse on the card that Damien Handel, 420, could have been drawn with. Foghorn Sam next to take on the wheel. Let's see who he's going to be rooting for tomorrow night. As he gets one of the main eventers, Marcin Tybura. Marcin Tybura there for Foghorn Sam. And hang on, see, how am I spelling? What's happened here? Marcyn. Yeah. But yes, what's going on with the Excel sheet there? But yeah, as I said in the introduction, I'm expecting him to win this one, third round submission officially. But it is a close fight, and Sergey Spivak got the better of him the first time around. Can he do it again? I'm not sure, because I just think that some of Tybura's wins since then have aged a bit better than Spivak's ones, particularly the Tuivasa one. So yeah, I think I can see him getting his revenge here, sort of making it 1-1 in their little history. But a close fight, but I think he's on the slightly more favourable side of that draw there. Already down to our last two, because there's only 5 of you that survived. The penultimate one is up next, Cushy Cake. Let's see who Cushy Cake is going to be paired with. And I was wondering if we was going to get a double up, given it's a smaller card. And what do you know? We have Cushy Cake also gets Janita Denise, John Natter. I can't fucking pronounce that for the life of me. Jonasa Denise, they're same as Damien Handel, 420. Yeah, like I say, it's a close fight, but I do fancy Carl Williams for that. Just slightly more experience going for Williams compared to Denise, but in with a shout. So both Damien Handel and Cushy Cake hoping Janita Denise can get it done. Which does make it quite interesting from the game's point of view, because if he wins, that guarantees a 4th round. That even if all the other ones lose, that would be at least Damien Handel and Cushy Cake up against each other. Obviously, if he loses, at the very best, we're down to 3, and that's not counting for who else might go out. So basically 20% of all the contestants are riding on Denise. Yeah. Right. The MMA historian up next. Is he going to get an original fighter, or is he also going to be lumped with someone else? But let's have a look. Let's see who he's going to be paired with. Oh, nearly got Tybura again. But nope, he gets Talita Alencar. Talita Alencar there for the MMA historian. And well, at least he won't have to wait too long to find out his fate, being the first one on the cards. But That's a tough fight though against Stephanie Luciano. Um, I've picked Luciano for a decision win here. Uh, Simply because I actually quite like the fact that she's uh already fought in quite a few promotions as well. She's had obviously Contender Series behind her. She had one fight in the LFA and also fought in Jungle Fights, which, for those who might not know, is a promotion over in Brazil, and it's one of the biggest in Brazil. It is quite a significant event. It's lost prestige over the years, and it has, I'd say it was certainly bigger back towards the late 2000s, but it is still quite a well revered promotion. So wins in that are certainly what you'd it's certainly worth making a note of, especially that early in your career. So that's why I've gone with Stephanie Luciano for that one. But who knows? Let's see if Talisa Alencar can spring a slight upset. Anyway, that concludes the draw. And just to quickly run through those again when we get around to sharing it on the Excel sheet. Here we go. We got Bellatrix with Nikolay Varentenikov, Damien Handel 420 with Jonata Denise, Foghorn Sam with Martin Tybura, Cushy Cake also with Jonata Denise, and the MMA Historian with Talita Alencar. So good luck for this draw. It's a bit of a mixed bag, but I don't think anyone's really been screwed over too much by the wheel. So I think it's one of these, all of you've kind of got a slight underdog, maybe. I can't remember what the odds on the Tybura Spivak fight were, but yeah, no, these are all very close fights. So maybe all five of you will be going through, or maybe all of you will be going out. Who knows? Well, there's no head-to-head, but a lot of pressure on Janassa Denise anyway. But anyway, that concludes the video. Obviously, good luck with your picks in this game, or the ones you get assigned. Good luck with your picks on Tapology. If you got any bets on this card, good luck with those as well. And yeah, we'll see how many of you survive, if there is going to be a fourth round. Of course, if you all go out, the wheel will win again. But hopefully there'll be at least one survivor. But anyway, we'll be back next week one way or another, either with a new game or with the fourth round of this. But until then, so long for now.